Shalom, shalom. This your from GMS Savannah. Come with another lesson, but first and foremost, I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders and elder bishops of Great Millstone, which rule well, teach well, and to the Akim, as well as the Phillips pushing his 100% truth out of the Bible and sincerity by risking their life to do so. And salutations to the Hofaleka, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you speckled birds scattered amongst the heathens. They have the appearance of the heathens, but the seed line goes back to the father seed line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and also referred to as Israelite foreigners. Well, today's lesson we're going into is this is nothing new. We all know what's going on with this whole situation right here with this Jake in Mississippi. Hey, we in the end days, and you definitely got to move very wise out here, knowing that the times that we in. Because you actually a target. You Israelites are a target. The target is bigger than ever on your back here in Babylon. So, you just got to be smart. You can't be around here, doing stupid stuff, not having a clear mind. A lot of us like to get out and have a good time and have fun and, don't do anything that's going to divert your mind and not being clear minded and thinking at all times. You just got to get where you need to be and be safe. Have some buddies be with you. Everybody make sure everybody make it home safely. But this is crazy. And right here in this article, right, it says a Mississippi community is stunned after Israelite student was found hanging from a tree. I don't like to say black because there's nobody black. We gonna call it. We gonna correct whenever we have the opportunity. Nobody's black. This is an Israelite student that was found hanging from a tree. The news coming out of Delta State University has been stunned and confounded. Travion Trey Reed, a student at the school, was found hanging from a tree by a member of the faculty, and investigation is underway into what happened what happened to him and how he would wound up in a tree. Yeah, that is a very a question mark, but I'm pretty sure he didn't do it. The devils did it. I'm pretty sure of it. I'm pretty sure they did it. His own people not going. We don't do that kind of stuff, man. You look at the atrocity of hangings. That's back in the slavery days, man. That's where a lot of that occurred. And back in the 40s, 50s. So hey, it ain't nothing new under the sun with this, man. We know who do atrocities like this, and that's that sleazy goddamn devils, man, that did this to this Jake. Also, let's continue. Given that Delta State is in Cleveland, Mississippi, and that there a long history of so-called black men being lynched in the deep South, many are understandably appraisers about what trade death could mean. apprehensive about what Trey's death could mean. Here's what we know so far. Uh, the university released a statement that a body had been found on campus September the 15th, although at the time it was unclear who it was. Earlier today, Delta State University staff discovered a deceased individual on campus. And the university police and local authorities were immediately notified and are conducting an active investigation at this time. We have no further details to share. The statement added that the campus community was safe. Our community is deeply saddened by this loss. It continued. We extend our heartfelt condolences to the family and friends impacted. Counselors and support services are available to students, faculty, and staff through the O.W. Riley Counseling Center. We will share updates when appropriate and ask for your thoughts and compassion during this difficult time. All centennial events and classes for today have been canceled. According to WAPT, Reed's body was found hanging on a tree near the pickleball courts by faculty members around 7 a.m. on September 15th. We still don't know exactly what happened, but there were apparently no lesions, lacerations, contusion, compound fractures, broken bones, injuries consistent with an assault on the body at the time. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest the individual was physically attacked before his deletion, said Robert Seals Jr., the Barbara County coroner. And that's Jake right there, man. They saying no foul play. A black man hanging in the 2000 isn't an accident. Days after white men marched to fight back for Charlie Kirk, black folk hunted again. America is rotting. Don't let them gaslight us. And like I say, this is this is just a lot of stuff that's going on right now, man. This is just the time we in. This is just the time we in. It's crazy out here in Babylon, but hey, man. Hey, like they always say, man, that Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. The race war, gender wars, and class wars, and hey, everything right around the corner. Everything is fixing to, be pushed to that level where chaos is going to break out here in Babylon. And once it break out, hey, it's not going to end. It's not going to end. Everything is going to lead up to, that digital device to bring down confusion and rowdiness here in Babylon, man. So everything is on pace, man, for hell to break loose, man. And like I say, at the end of the day, the Lord is in control of this movie. Because like I say, sleazy days are coming to an end. He got bounds he cannot pass. I'm going to start right here with Ephesians 5 in the blue letter. And it says right here, starting at Ephesians 5 and 14, it says, therefore, he said, awake though thou sleepest, and rise from the dead, and Yahweh Shah Makashah shall give thee light. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of Yahweh our power is. And that's the thing about it. You got to walk circumspectly out here in Babylon now. It's just a lot going on everywhere. Things are revving up. And you Israelites better move. I better move wisely, or you're gonna get caught slipping, man. You have a target on your back. You have a big target on your back. And like I say, if you don't have the hedge of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, you finish anyway, because you gotta have the covering of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. That's your strong tower. That's what you gotta have. And right here, Ecclesiastes 1, like I was saying, Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. The things that have been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. And these mentions of the Israelites are nothing new under the sun. Who was lynching us a long time ago? In slavery and everything. The so-called white man, sleazy, the Edomites. So we already know who the culprit of these atrocities are, man. It ain't nothing new under the sun. We see it all the time. And right here, 2 Chronicles 5 and 15. 2 Chronicles 15 and 13 says that whomsoever will not seek the Lord, Yahweh, our power of Israel, shall be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. Yeah. Whoever not seeking Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai have no hedge of covering out here in Babylon. We talking about, you see, in Babylon, no hedge of protection in Babylon if you're not calling on the names of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And have that faith in that name, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's what the Spirit gives you, to have that faith of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because the laws